Hello, friends. Happy Team Talk Tuesday. I'm super excited for tonight because we have a guest speaker, Melissa Gratz. And I started Cincy 12 years ago, and we used to get on this thing called freeconferencecall.com. Does anybody remember that? And so somehow, some way, I lucked into being in Melissa Gratz's group, and I got to learn from her every Tuesday night. So since 2012, and for me, probably beyond for her, we've been doing this, something along these lines on Tuesday nights. So I'm excited for you guys. If you don't, I'm sure you all already know her, but if you don't, you're going to love her. Just a quick couple of announcements. Congratulations to you, to all who earned that blue mushroom warmer. The emails went out today. So if you got an email, yes, drop it in the chat. The flash sale. We were just talking about the flash sale. If you got a little bump in your PRV today, drop a woohoo in the chat. And then this one, you need your notes just really quickly. On the 29th of this month, instead of doing Team Talk Tuesday, we are going to have an exclusive opportunity night with the home office. Do you guys know Janae? Brown curly hair, social media guru. She's so good. So she is going to do an opportunity night for us on the 29th, same time slot. So for me, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you have to bring one prospect, one person who is thinking about joining your team, starting their own Cincy account, in order to join us. So the 29th at 8 o'clock Eastern
Can I
Standard.
add something to that?
Yeah, please do.
So that it's going to be short and sweet. She said 15 minutes is all she's going to spend talking. So when you are talking to your warm leads who have expressed interest in joining, it's not an hour commitment. It's going to be fast and furious, but a really good opportunity for them to learn. And we are with a couple of other SSDs this month and last. We're beta testing this before they take it wider, but it's going to be great, a good opportunity. Okay, floor is yours.
Yeah, I'm super excited. So hopefully you wrote that down. We'll give you more details. But for now, I'm going to pass it to Melissa and let you introduce yourself.
Okay. Hi, everybody. And I have to say, okay, so I gotta say a couple things first. First, hi to Bar Bruno and hi to Corolla. I saw them both on and so great to see you guys. And thank you, Karen and Jess, for asking me to join in tonight. I feel honored that they asked me to speak. So for whatever they've said about me being here, I'm the one who feels very honored to have been selected to speak to you guys. So I'm Melissa Gratz. I've been with Cincy for 17 years. And I have seen I've seen a lot of changes over 17 years. And one of the things that remains is I'm still here, even amidst those changes, and even with all of the adaptations that we've made and the growth that we've encountered and the setbacks that we've had and the ups, the downs, the curves. There's no place else I'd rather be. And so in the 17 years, there's two things that hasn't changed. These have remained consistent. And that is that scent under noses still works and relationships matter most. Those are the two things that have consistently remained the foundation of the businesses that we run. And so I'm going to talk to you tonight about how the world is filled with strangers that just aren't your friends yet. And okay, how many of you, I wish I could see more of you than just a couple. Do we have any other Enneagram 7s on the call tonight? I'm just curious. If so, if you are an Enneagram 7, drop a 7 in the chat. Just real quick. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, then that's a conversation for a different day. But I am an Enneagram 7. What that means to those of you that don't know the Enneagram personality types is that I am the enthusiast. I know that's very shocking to those of you that know me. Um, and with that and with my personality type comes the very premise that we named this call tonight, that this world is filled with strangers that just haven't become my friends yet. When I go out in public, I am looking to connect with people. Now, I know that we really have either we have no sevens in the group or we have people that don't know their personality type. I can't believe it. Okay. Well, as your resident 7 this evening, I'm going to try to channel all personality types in my talk. So if everything that I'm saying to you right now about my personality gives you panic attacks, trust that we'll meet somewhere in the middle and I will give you some tangible yeah, that Barbie, well, I don't know about Barb being a 7. I could see the enthusiast 7 in her, but okay, anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. I promise we'll meet somewhere in the middle. So if when I'm saying these things to you, you're like, I would have panic attacks if you told me that I needed to go do these things, then I promise I'm going to speak to you too. So when I go out into the world, um, I'm looking to connect with people, and I'm not looking to connect with them over Scentsy at all, actually. I'm just looking to connect with people because we have to have new people coming in all the time into our funnels all the time. I have customers that have been with me for 15 plus years. They are loyal to me. They buy Scentsy regularly, but they just want to get their Scentsy. Their quote unquote party days are over. Their friends that they have shared Scentsy with are either buy Scentsy from you or don't buy Scentsy at all. And I have found that the importance of having new customers is new customers bring a newfound excitement or a oh my gosh, I'm new to Scentsy giddiness. And we need that in our businesses. We need our tried and true loyal customers to maintain and sustain our businesses, but we also need new people entering our businesses all the time because with that brings brand new circles of influence, with that brings brand new opportunities, and with that brings new excitement because they haven't heard everything that I've had to say over the last 15 years. They haven't been asked to host 5711 times before because they're new here. And so when I go out into the world, I am literally looking to connect with people in any way possible. Whether it's when I walk through the grocery store parking lot, if I'm walking into the grocery store, I am looking for somebody who's almost done packing their trunk with their groceries so that I can walk up to them and ask if I can return their cart for them to the store. We're talking very, very simplistic connection. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because this is actually how I have gotten so many new customers into my funnel. Now, notice I'm not choking myself on purpose. I'm wearing this because this is my uniform when I go out. I'm either in a Scentsy hooded sweatshirt or now I'm in a Scentsy hooded sweatshirt and this bag. This has literally been game changing for me. Game changing. And it fits my style, right? I'm not a purse carrier. And so lucky for me, sling bag it totally goes with my flip-flops and joggers. But everywhere that I go, anybody I talk to is looking at this. So I don't have to share that I'm with Scentsy, or I don't have to try to figure out how to work Scentsy into any conversation because Scentsy's right here. And actually, I wrote something to that point that I liked, and now I can't remember what I wrote. So hold, please. Uh, it's I want to wear I wear my Scentsy bag not because I want to talk Scentsy, but because I don't have to. And I was like, this has been game changing. Now, it's kind of my way to be in front of people when I'm connecting with them about something completely unrelated. And this has had people ask me about Scentsy. And how many of you would rather have somebody ask you about Scentsy than you having to open the door to introduce Scentsy or figure out how to work Scentsy into a conversation. I don't have to figure out how to work it in because it's right here. And depending on the length of the conversation, then I may have the ability to also work it in. But I want to share two different types of scenarios with you that kind of show you or maybe explain better how your goal when you go out and about is to connect with people, not throwing your business in people's faces, but by connecting with them as humans and about them. So I had an experience at a nail salon. Okay. I'm sitting next to this girl who's younger than me. We're getting our nails done. And for about 3/4 of the nail appointment, we both are just simultaneously like in our own lanes getting our nails done. And she takes a sip from a Starbucks that was a cold Starbucks, right? Because it had at one time had ice in it. And it was like down to here. And she takes a drink. And I said, is there anything worse than your Starbucks ice melting before you get to the end of your drink? And she was like, no, I absolutely can't stand it. And the only reason I'm still drinking this is because I'm sitting here getting my nails done. I don't have a choice. I can't throw it out or go get a new one. I said, I'm going to change your life. And she was like, what do you mean? And I said, do you have a Yeti tumbler or any of those like stainless steel, larger size tumblers at home? And she was like, yeah. And I said, okay, keep it in your car. And when you go through Starbucks, just set your Starbucks cup into the tumbler. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, I like to still drink out of my Starbucks cup. I don't want to pour my Starbucks into my Yeti, but by setting your Starbucks cup into your Yeti, it'll keep your ice cold all day. And now when I'm telling you, you're going to do this and you're going to think of me. And she was like, I can't wait. Now, yes, I know about the Frost Buddy and I have one, Lottie. The Frost Buddy is game changing. But for anybody that doesn't want to spend money on a Frost Buddy, you literally, my Yeti tumbler works also. The one that's skinny at the bottom and then flares out. Okay, anyway, besides the point. So she's like, I'm going to try that. I said, but keep it in your car because you go to Starbucks and you're in your car. Don't take it out of your car because you will be at Starbucks without it. Okay, this is the extent of our exchange. We are talking Starbucks solely. Now, my Scentsy bag is hanging on next to, like, in between us in the nail table. And I get up to leave and I was like, okay, how can I slide my card into, because I want to keep in touch with her. How can I slide my card? She can't use her hands right now to text me because what I normally do is say, give me your phone number. I'm going to send you a text. And that's literally what I say. But she was getting her nails done, so I couldn't. And so I got up and I was about to walk out the door and I was like, no, you didn't just make this connection to walk out with nothing. You may not be able to get her information at this moment. And I was okay with that. But I took out my business card and I slid it in front of her and I said, let me know how long your ice lasts the next time you go through Starbucks and you try this trick. 1 week later, I got a text. And she took a picture of her Starbucks in a Yeti in her cup holder of her car and said, game changer. And now she's in my phone. She hasn't bought anything with Scentsy yet. We haven't done anything with Scentsy yet. But now, when I go through Starbucks, who do you think I send a picture to? Her. So totally relationship connecting, not talking about Scentsy, was able to slide her card to me. She texted or was able to slide my card to where she texted me. She's in my phone. We are becoming buddies. Okay. Here's a totally different scenario at a nail salon. So I was telling Anna Hughes this story about my exciting connection at the nail salon, and she goes, "What a total polar opposite of what just happened to me at the nail salon." And she shares this with me. She says, "I'm sitting at the nail salon, I'm getting my nails done." And she says, "There's a girl sitting next to me, and she's trying to make small talk with me. Except I instantly was tipped off that she was in direct sales because of what she was saying to me." And she said, and for those of you that don't know Anna Hughes, she's a superstar director. So she's in direct sales, obviously. She's with Scentsy. So she knows the game, right? And she said, "This woman sitting next to me did not stop talking about her company, the trips that she had been on, the cruise she just got back on for her company, how amazing her company is." And she was sitting there, and everything tied back to her and her company. And Anna was like, "I wasn't even going to ask her any questions because she had already given me more than I wanted to know about she's already turned me off. I'm not I didn't want to engage any further." And she said, "I didn't ask her any questions." And I walked out of there thinking, I am so glad that I just got a dose of what I don't want to be and how I don't want to be with people. And so two totally different situations at the nail salon. All put yourself in either position, and you guys kind of are in the chat. Put yourself in either position. Which conversation do you want to be a part of? I know your answer. So bringing it back around, that is how I go out into the world, is just to connect with people, returning the shopping carts and talking about Starbucks, or I literally will look for an opportunity to talk to anyone. When I walk out of my house, I am saying, how many people can I connect with while I'm out and about? Because that's the biggest gift I have to offer people. Scentsy will come second. The biggest gift I have to offer people is kindness and a smile. Because if you actually lift your head and pay attention to around you when you're out and about running errands, we are lacking so much of that right now. People are heads down, not smiling, not talking to each other. There is so much missed opportunity for connection out there just by doing what you are going to go do anyways. Now, here's also the difference between me and others. When I get up in the morning, I'm a Scentsy consultant. And as I go through my day, I'm a Scentsy consultant. And when I go to bed at night, I'm a Scentsy consultant. And what that means is I don't take my Scentsy hat or my sling bag, which I'm actually going to take off for a moment. I don't take it off the shelf and put it on when I'm ready to work my business. I am prepared to work my business all day, integrated and as part of everything I go out and do. And I think that that's a wild misconception in our business, is people think that I have to have compartmentalized time to work my Scentsy business and time to do this and time to do this and time. And for me, I'm saying I'm a completely integrated consultant. When I go out, I am ready to talk about my business. I am prepared with business cards that are in a little case with a scent pack in my sling bag. Because if you keep your business cards with a scent pack in a little plastic container, your business cards become scented. Little tip. And I am literally going out ready to talk about Scentsy if the opportunity presents itself. Now, I was checking out at Trader Joe's. The cashier saw my Scentsy sweatshirt and she said, "You sell Scentsy?" And I said, "I sure do." And she said, "Gosh, my consultant quit so long ago, and I've just never taken the time to look for somebody else or to look for Scentsy." And I said, "Well, I was supposed to come through your checkout line today then." And she said, "Yeah, whatever she said." She started telling me what her favorite scent was. And I said, "Give me your phone number. I'm going to text you mine and I will do you one better. I come to Trader Joe's once a week. What days do you work?" And she told me, and I said, okay, next Tuesday, I will be here and I'm bringing you the most recent scent testers and the most recent catalog because you haven't smelled or seen anything in a while. And you can take it home and smell at your leisure. And then I'll pick it up from you a week later. Okay. So I went my normal routine. The week later, I texted her ahead of time and I said, Christine, are you at Trader Joe's today? And she said, yep. And I said, okay, I'll see you in your checkout line in about an hour. And so I came through and we checked out and we're talking about the butternut squash ravioli and we're talking about all this kind of stuff. And I handed her at the very end, I said, and here's your new Scentsy scents to smell. And she said to the woman who was bagging, she was like, have you ever smelled Scentsy? And the woman was like, no, I don't think I have. And she's like, oh gosh, she's like, I will say that is one thing I have missed not having somebody to buy it from. So, uh, she takes the scents home. I had set her up a party link ahead of time and put that in with her scents and said, hey, anybody else wants to order, here's your own personal link to collect orders. Smell, I'll circle back with you before I come next week or whatever. So I circled back, let her know that when I was coming back into Trader Joe's, she actually didn't collect any orders, but her and her daughter had put together a pretty sizable order for themselves. And she returned everything to me. And I said, do you want to leave this link open? Do you have anybody else that you think would want to purchase Scentsy? And she's like, no, right now, my daughter and I just want to get back into the groove of using Scentsy, and we're good for right now. And I was like, that's perfect for me. I'm excited to give you Scentsy again. And she got her Scentsy. And now I make it a point when I'm at Trader Joe's, I go through her checkout line. We talk about Trader Joe's and I will slip her the new sample of the scent of the month or whatever is just to keep Scentsy top of mind and at her cash station because there are tons of workers that are coming and going and whatever. So another relationship that has it amounted to grandiose things yet? No, but it's a new contact of somebody that's buying Scentsy that didn't know where to get it from. And her and I connected over loving Trader Joe's first. Okay. I have so many stories that are like this because when you are going out and you are looking to just connect with people, these types of things happen. Around Christmas time, going to the grocery store with my Scentsy sweatshirt on is about the greatest thing in the world, especially when I'm prepared with a couple last minute gifts in my trunk, because I cannot tell you how much business I did in the Kroger parking lot this past Christmas or holiday time based on people seeing my shirt and me saying, come out to the car, let's do a deal. And um, another thing that I've gotten back to doing that I did all the time when I first started out selling Scentsy is I was loaning warmers everywhere. Everywhere that I frequented, I was loaning warmers because I'm going to tell you, we have got to still get wax under noses instead of just posts under thumbs. Think about that. When I heard that, I was like, I've probably said that in my head to myself at least once a day for like the last month. Wax under noses, not posts under thumbs. Posts under thumbs, meaning social media, is second to or part of your strategy, right? It's part of your strategy, but social media does not allow me to get wax under noses immediately. So I've gone back to doing something that I used to do all the time. And that was the places that I frequent need to have warmers in their front lobbies. They need to have warmers at their checkout stations. Everybody needs to be having Scentsy, especially everywhere that I go. Because if it's already in my travels, then my leaky Scentsy bars that are just kind of in a make samples out of box or give somebody a cube box. That's what I take with me when I go to those places, and I will freshen up their wax. I will do a wax change for them and throw in a new cube, and I'm going there anyways. So I've made a point of having warmers in the places that I'm frequenting. My doggy daycare, the dog groomer that is right down the street from me, who, by the way, I didn't actually know her very well. I knew of her. We have a mutual friend. I didn't know her very well. But when the Furry Friends warmer came out, I knew that that was going to be the warmer that was going to connect me with them. And so I went in there one day and not that long ago, actually, and I posted it on social media. I went in and I said, I have a gift for you. And she was like, a gift for me? And I said, yes. I said, I know that my customer Linda comes here with her dog and she cannot say enough great things about you. And when this warmer came out, I instantly thought there's no better place than your shop to show this beautiful warmer. And she was like, really? You're giving this to me? I'll pay you for it. And I said, you aren't going to pay me for it because you didn't ask me for it. This is me thinking of you when this warmer came out and I wanted it to be in here. And so we unboxed it and I said, can I set it up for you? And she said, yeah. And so I went over and I said, are you okay with this spot? I think that this would be a really great location for it. And she was like, yeah, let me move a couple things. And we plugged it in and turned it on. And I took a picture of it. I took a picture of the warmer with the menu of the services that she offered behind it. And I posted it on social media. And I asked her, I said, do you mind if I share this warmer and the name of your salon on social media? And she was like, of course, no, please. And so I did. And I walked out the front door. And as I walked out the front door, I got a text message that said, what's the address of the dog salon that you just posted? And I took a picture of, oh, wait, I'm ahead of myself. She said, what's the name of it? And I went back inside and I said, hey, Angela, I said, in just that short amount of time that I took that picture that you said I could share on social media, I said, one of my customers just texted me and asked for your business card because she's looking for a new dog groomer. And she's like, are you serious? Oh my gosh. And so I said, I'm going to take a picture of your business card and send it to her. And so I did. And I sent it to my friend or my customer. And I walked out. I've gone back to check with her and just continue the conversation and the connection. Just popping in. And I asked her, can I leave business cards with this warmer up at you? And she was like, oh, absolutely. That type of networking is how I built my business. Truly, how I built my business is that kind of making an impact and a connection first, not just trying to sell, 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 sell. I want to share and connect everywhere that I go. And the product is secondary to the relationships that are most important. Because think about it. When people, you've heard this a million times, when people know, like, and trust you, you have gained them. You've gained their connection, you've gained their relationship, you've gained their referrals. They have to know, like, and trust you. And I know how I feel when somebody talks to me. If I feel ick or if I'm going to connect with them. Same thing. I don't want to be the ick to people. I truly want to connect with people about things that they're interested in first, whatever it is. So if you're walking through Target and you see a book in somebody's cart and you have the opportunity. I mean, certainly I'm not stalking people at Target to like run over. I did not. I'm sorry. I'm not stalking people, but I walk with my eyes open. And if I'm standing in the self-checkout line with a line of people, yeah, you better believe I'm looking at what's in the person next to me or behind me or in front of me's cart. Typically, it's the person behind me because I want to leave them. I don't want them to leave me. So if they're in front of me, they're going to leave me first. I want to be the one to leave. So because then I have the opportunity to say goodbye to them and they're still behind me checking out. Anyway, it's all little, this is like Enneagram 7 strategies because I can't help myself. Like I cannot help myself making friends everywhere that I go. But I will look over in their shopping cart and see if there's anything I can ask them about. If it's a book, have you heard anything about, I mean, obviously you're buying this book, but what have you heard about it? And let them talk. Or Have you tried those granola bars? Are you getting those for your kids? I need new lunch items for my children. They pack the same 4 things every week, and I am always on the hunt for new snack items. Let them talk. Anything that I can make, and it's not, I will tell you this. I will tell you, this is not just a business strategy game that I play where I don't actually really care. I care. And I think that's the difference, is that I'm not just trying to connect with people so that I can gain something. I'm truly just trying to connect to people. The more people I can connect to, and the more people that have the opportunity to just know of me, who knows if they'll be at work and somebody at work will say, anybody know a Scentsy consultant? And somebody will say, oh, I just met this girl at the nail salon. She's awesome. We sat there and talked about Starbucks for 15 minutes or whatever the case is. But that's what she's thinking about. They're thinking about the connection they've had with you, not just because I was trying to sell something to them, but something of value that I can offer. Okay, let me take I have not seen anything in the chat. I don't know if there's anything in the chat to respond to, or I can't do the 2 things at once, but I'll take a drink and see if there's anything because you know me, I'll just go off on tangents.
Oh, we're just talking about you in the chat. All good.
Is there anything, Jess or Karen, that you did want me to make sure to touch on? I mean, I know that it's really about, or I know a lot of what you wanted to talk about this week, or that we've been talking about a lot, all of us together, is really just the intentional connections, the back to basics, getting wax and scent and fragrance under people's noses, and knowing that you are truly on a mission to share and let other people speak, not sell. But is there anything that you wanted to
I
ask
think
me?
you've nailed it. I mean, what I love is you simplify it, right? With tangible examples, but it really is just about being a human and talking to people. And that's what we've stopped doing. That's what we've forgotten how to do. I did want to ask you a question, and it didn't come up in the chat, but you gave a perfect, I wrote it down, and then you gave the perfect example with with gifting the warmer. But say someone is making a list, because I might challenge them to this tonight, like making a list you know, where could you go and do what you're doing. So how would you start a conversation? Say I wanted to go to, say I have a nail appointment tomorrow, and I really wanted to put a warmer in the salon. How would you broach the conversation with them?
So, of course, I'm going to think about, now in my case, my nail salon, I go to the same tech every time. So I have a relationship with
Yep.
her to where it's not uncomfortable for me to say to her, I want to gift you something to keep at your station. Like, it's not uncomfortable. And in fact, I will tell you, with nail salon, I don't want to do a warmer. This is personal. This is just my experience. Okay. You guys do as you may. I want to do fragrance flowers
Yeah, so good.
because I want a fragrance flower at every nail tech station. And they don't have to worry about tripping over cords or wax or all of the dust flying into the wax and having. I want fragrance flowers at all stations, which is why my nail tech got a fragrance flower for Christmas. It got my foot in the door. That was an easy way. Now I'm not answering your question, Mike. To answer your question, I would not necessarily start at the nail salon. I'd start where you have a connection or a relationship. Because the best way to get you in the practice of doing this is to start with someone you feel comfortable with. If you don't feel comfortable doing it at the nail salon because you don't have a relationship with the nail tech and you get a no, it's going to stop you in your tracks faster. You want to go for someplace where it's going to be kind of a soft launch for you into, or even a soft landing. So to turn your question around, Karen, I would say it's a better idea to think about the people you are connected with and where Where is it? An office? Is it a teacher's lounge? Is it a dog groomer? Is it a nail tech? Is it a hair salon? Is it, think about who you're connected with. Who do you, prime example, I forgot. I see so many stories. I shared this one on social media. So I go to a skin aesthetics place. I've been going to this woman for years. I see her every 5 weeks. And when for Christmas, I gave her a fragrance flower and she has kept it in her salon. So I went in for an appointment and she said, I love that fragrance flower. And I said, oh, perfect. I was like, I know where you can get them. And so the next time that I came in, I brought her a fragrance flower and a wall fan diffuser and a pack of pods. Now, I don't want you to misunderstand that I'm just continually giving product away. This is how I use my host rewards. And I know that you've heard that before, and I don't want you to think that everybody just says that. I truly, legitimately use my host rewards where I know it is no skin off my back to place this product somewhere for me. That's how I'm using my host rewards. So I did give a wall fan diffuser, a pack of pods, and a fragrance flower in trade for being able to film it. I was like, I was like, this is twofold because this is going to help me with my Scentsy audience, but it's also going to drive attention to your brand new salon. Are you okay with me filming this experience? And she was like, yeah, absolutely. That's totally fine. And so we went in. Long story short, I didn't just gift it to her. I said, let me set it up for you and let me plug it in for you and let me show you how this works. And then after my appointment, I said, okay, come into the bathroom with me. You have to see how awesome this is. And we had set it up. I'd gone in for my appointment. We went back to the bathroom and she's like, I cannot believe how much I can smell this all the way out into the hallway. I was like, that's the whole point. I was like, you want fragrance to hit people when they walk into your, look at this beautiful salon. The only thing you were missing in here was the scent memory that you could create. I was like, that's the only thing that you were missing. And she's like, I am obsessed. I said, can I leave my business cards with the fragrance flower? And she was like, yeah. And I said, okay, I'm putting you on social media and totally going to pump up the salon because you know how much I love you. Again, I felt so comfortable walking in and literally telling her what I was going to do because she's somebody that I see all the time. I didn't have to ask. I walked in and was telling. And I was giving her something. So she really wasn't going to tell me no. But so I would say, to circle back to Karen's question, it is figure out where you feel comfortable doing that right now. And if you already have a fragrance flower at your hairstylist station, then maybe the next time you go in, you're going to ask her if anybody's commented on the fragrance flower. Have any of your fellow stylists, has anybody commented on it? Like, are you getting any feedback? Because I'm always looking for feedback and I'm always looking for testimonials. Start the conversation not about trying to sell more fragrance flowers, but about the impact the fragrance flower has had for her. Yeah. Let her talk. You can find out so much more information from people if you let them do the talking. You can find out if there's any more needs. You could find out if Sarah, 2 stations down, has been coveting it or stealing it when she's not there. Because that's what they'll tell you. They'll tell you everything that you need to know if you just listen. Okay, does that?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Okay.
One mouth, 2 ears too, right? Like less talk, more listen. No, that was so good. And I know that you are jumping from here to your call. And I know that you might have a guest speaker who, is my partner in crime on this. So I don't want to hold you any longer than you. I will wrap it up. Whenever you guys have to run, feel free that you can run.
Perfect. I'm okay for a couple more minutes because I have a leader running the beginning of mine at the moment. So give me 1 second. And then if there's any questions or you guys want me to respond to anything, drop them in the chat right now. Let me start this and I'm yours for a couple more minutes.
You guys, we told you. She's so good always. She could get on here and teach you how to make spaghetti and you would learn something. I'm just telling you. Like, I can honestly not think of a single conversation I've ever had with you where I haven't learned something.
Well, thank you.
It's so true.
It's just, I think we overcomplicate things all the time. I
Yeah.
think that we are trying to do it all. I think that we scroll social media and see what other people are doing and then feel less than. Um, really, Karen, it's kind of what I said to you the other day. I've just kind of really put my head down and gone back to the things that have always worked for me and using my skill set to my advantage. I needed to stop trying to be as good as everybody else in whatever their skill set was. I needed to really take a look at where my skill set lies and capitalize on it and allow that to be good enough because it's proven over and over to myself. I mean, you guys, I want you to picture when something good happens and it actually works out the way that I hope that it does. Picture that I'm like Peter Pan and I run to my car and click my heels in the air. Like I get so excited when something just works by me doing something I didn't have to force.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I love Scentsy products more than anything. 17 years later, I'm still excited to change my wax every single week. It makes me happy. Well, because it makes me happy, I don't mind working. And my working is just talking to other people. And that's actually what brings me joy in life. So everything is hand in hand. And to me, it just kind of sounds like the perfect blend. I know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I know that I'm right where I'm supposed to be. And I know that I am absolutely good enough if I just do what feels natural to me.
Absolutely. I'm going to take the spotlight off you. We always take a picture and they're
Yep.
prompting me in the chat that we haven't done it yet. So can we take our picture real quick? And
Yeah.
then, but spot on, right? I mean, I wake up every day. I mean, it sounds cheesy, but grateful that I get to do this.
Mhm.
Like, how many people are that lucky? Who's taking it, by the way? I'm not to the one taking it. So who's taking it? Someone raise your hand and say you're going to take it. Okay, I'll take it. Fine. But it won't be that good if I take it, you guys. You should just know that. All right, ready? Page one. And you don't know if you're on page one or two, so you have to keep smiling. Okay. All right. You can all shake your face off now. You don't have to. It's, let me just ask you this, and this is unrelated to anything, but I still literally open every bar of wax that comes into my house and smell it. Do you still do that?
100%.
It's not the crazy. We know what blueberry cheesecake smells like, right? Every bar that comes in
And
under
I
my
was
nose.
I was having a conversation with a customer today. She actually came by just to smell the new releases. And we were standing there talking about Island Bloom. And she was like, this. I said, well, you can't really go wrong. Island Bloom, Italian Sunshine, both super popular right now. I was like, different scent notes. I said, but both really good. And she smelled Island Bloom and she's like, yeah, I think I like this better than Sunshine. And I said, yeah. I go, and she said, she goes, but this might be one of those ones that when you melt it, it might be too strong. And Italian Sunshine seems like it might be a little bit lighter. And I said, it's crazy. Sometimes you smell it in the package and it smells amazing. And then you melt it and you're like, not for me. And vice versa. Sometimes you smell it in the package and you say, not for me. And then you melt it and it becomes your favorite. This is what I do for a living. This is what I do for a living. I connect with people over fragrance.
Yeah.
Just today in my flash sale messaging, um, I said, uh, no, it wasn't my flash sale messaging. I was creating a couple new Scentsy Connect templates today while I was waiting in the queue for the flash sale. And I had added the wording, um, into my, well, let me tell you what it says. Nah, I had added I can't find it fast enough. I had added the wording at the bottom that said, I truly appreciate you. Um, you, if you ever need, if you ever need help picking scents, um, so if you ever need help picking scents, um, you need recommendations, or you just want to chat about scent memories, I'm your gal. I said, and this is why I do Scentsy, because I just love it so much.
So good.
And I was just like, you know, why I am done trying to sound like anybody else. I am done trying to not authentically just do what oozes from me. I am I am saying I another template I created set for my Scentsy Club orders. It said it's for when they've been delivered. And the subject line is um your ring camera sees you happy dancing on the porch. And then when they open it, it was go ahead. I know your Scensy's been delivered. Do that happy dance. And that literally just came out of me while I was sitting here because I was thinking about how excited I get when my Scentsy order comes. And so just silly and fun and whatever's on trend and on brand for your personality and whatever feels comfortable to you. Listen, the world is far too serious and we sell fragrance. We share fragrance and we really are the curators of scent memories. Have fun. Lead with fun. People want to be around fun people. People want to be around those that are smiling. There's far too many head down, not paying attention, RBF faces out there. And I just don't want to be that. I just don't want to be that. So thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. You know, you have a seat at our table anytime. You're always welcome.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And now I get to steal Jess, you guys. And let me say, okay, two things. This last things. This is unrelated to the training. This is like the now we're like we cut the training and now we just chat for a second.
We call that after hours.
Yeah, after hours.
Yeah.
The
Did
two
we
things
stop
is
the
so I get to
recording?
steal what?
Do we stop the recording?
No, it's not bad.
Okay.
It's not bad. Um, it's not for adults only. I get to steal Jess. She's doing my training call. But I don't even like to call it necessarily a training call. Like our fun community Zoom call. She's leading it tonight, and I'm honored because um I'm really, though, like everything that I just said, really stepping back into my own lane to just embrace myself and my gifts. But I will tell you that Jess Kiss is probably one person who acts as a beacon, like a beacon of light for me.
Mm.
I love watching what she's doing, not because I want to be her,
Yep.
because I want to champion for her. Like I am so dang proud. She probably gets sick of it because I blow up her social media all the time by saying, I am so dang proud of you. I am so proud of who you continue to bloom into and how you just you are engaging and I can't stop watching. And she has mentored me in this business. So the gift that you have working with this partnership of Jess and Karen, because Karen is somebody that when Karen speaks, I listen with 7 ears because there is so much goodness and gold. So the fact that you have the two of these amazing powerhouses that truly I am honored to be amongst and to have been asked to speak for them. I'd say we've got a pretty awesome community here. A real awesome community, truly. So thank you for sharing your Jess with me. Karen, thank you
Yeah.
for being you. And I didn't get an opportunity to tell Amanda Thompson that I see her and to say hello. And I just adore you. So
Thank you. You
And
make me cry.
we get to see you next week, which is super fun.
can't wait.
I know. Looking
Okay.
forward to it. All right. I know you guys have to run. I'm going to stay on a minute and I'm going to close this out with the group. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for speaking tonight. Jess, thanks for kicking us off. Like always, good luck on your training. I know it'll be amazing, like it always is, and all the things. All right. I am going to stop the recording, but we